tonight we're going to do video games, the Nintendo Entertainment System, and the Sega Genesis. And if you are watching, you see this awesome picture that ChatGPT made of me in my scally cap, in my gray beard, and my TNA Top 10 shirt. Apparently, I'm kicking Hulk Hogan in the head. I did not tell ChatGPT to put that in there, but
Everybody's upset.
ChatGPT thought that would be awesome. So that's what we get.
Love it. All right. Is anybody
Man.
mad at you this week?
No complaints at all. So I just skipped that page.
Wow.
I will explain some things though before we
Okay.
go into who just missed it. We had a little bit of a discussion about do we do franchises. And then the way I approached it was I'm not doing sports franchises because nobody wants to say NHL 92 was better than NHL 94, which is a lie, but nobody wants to do that.
Hockey. There, I got
I'm
it.
waiting
Bill
for it.
Walsh versus Bill Walsh 97. We're not doing that. But when it came to Super Mario Brothers, those are completely different games. Sports kind of just builds on rosters and maybe a little bit of improvement. But when you have these games like that, Sonic, Super Mario Brothers, those are vastly different games. We can get into the difference between the American version of Super Mario Brothers 2 versus the international version because the Japanese version was just a much harder version of Super Mario Brothers 1. But
Legit.
we didn't get that as Americans because the Japanese thought we couldn't play that game because we're not as good at video games. But
Well, they're probably not wrong.
I was gonna
they're
say,
probably not
they're
because I'm like, what button do I push?
Allison falls
That's why
down the
we're
hole
talking
again.
Nintendo,
Oh,
not like computer games or something.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what missed the cut.
Oh,
These
come
four
on.
missed the cut. So Paperboy, which I really loved.
I loved Paperboy.
Aladdin from the Sega Genesis. Bill
I
Walsh
did like
College
Aladdin.
Football.
That one made my list because I
A
love
lot of
Aladdin.
people. I don't think I ever played it, but I was talking to a guy at soccer practice the other day, and he loved this game. It was like one of the best games he ever played.
Was this the one where you were riding on the carpet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it had the
maybe I
music and
played it.
stuff with it, and you would have to you had to get away from the king's guards and all that stuff.
Okay.
And then there was one where you went into the
Agrabah?
No, the cave of wonders or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then there was one where you had to deal with Jafar. I mean, it was great. It was
Good
one of the
stuff.
only games I've ever conquered. Was
Nice.
Aladdin.
All right.
They got the original Bill Walsh College Football, and this is the first game in the NCAA football series.
Oh.
So Electronic Arts started in '93 with Bill Walsh Football,
Wow.
and my friend and I used to get Auburn '83 and run all over folks. And then the last one's Mortal Kombat. I think maybe Mortal Kombat 2 was on the Genesis, but I just put Mortal Kombat. It almost made me.
Mortal Kombat.
See, I only played Mortal Kombat on the arcade. Like, I
What a
never-
trashy ass movie, though. Let's talk about the movie Mortal Kombat. What a trash ass movie Mortal Kombat was in comparison to the video game. And by the way, everybody played with Scorpion or Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat because they were the two best, and everybody knew they were the two best. Like, it wasn't a secret that they were the best.
No.
And I hear the dogs. They're about to come in.
Uh-oh.
But anyway,
Let's start the list.
Mortal Kombat. And then when we shoot the arrow back, come here, bam, and finish.
Is Mortal Kombat the one where they pull out the head and the spine comes with it?
Yes. Flawless victory.
So good.
Finish
this whole thing for
Finish
you. And then the old what's his name? Countdown. It has begun. He freaks out at the end.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this inspired that horrible wrestling gimmick in WCW, right? What was the guy's name? Glacier. Yeah, supposedly that came straight from Mortal Kombat, but it was a few years too late, so nobody cared at that point.
Yeah, Glacier and Mortis.
Mortis was better than Glacier, though. I mean, as far as the gimmick goes, because I think that fit better than Glacier did, but that's my opinion. Let's go ahead and start the list. Number 10, Donkey Kong. Classic game. Donkey Kong makes it to number 10. Not Donkey Kong Country. That came later on other systems. This is Donkey Kong. And I'm like, okay, I don't know that I played a ton of this
Oh, I did.
personally.
Yeah, I
loved
didn't play tons and tons of Donkey Kong. Sorry that I was muted so that y'all didn't have to hear those two assholes in the back screaming at each other. Not people, dogs. They don't know how to behave themselves. Anyway, yeah, Donkey Kong was not my favorite. It really wasn't. But I mean,
So
it was okay.
I was really bad at most video games. I could play this one pretty decently, so
Okay.
that's why it was one of my favorites. I wasn't good at the shoot 'em up games or the sports games, so this was more my style.
It's a classic. I mean, a lot of people play Donkey Kong either at the arcade,
Yep.
on the Nintendo. I think it on the Atari, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know about the Atari. I know it was on Sega, or one of the Donkey Kongs was on Sega.
I don't know.
And it might have been the Donkey Kong Run you were talking about, Terry.
Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, that was on
Kong Country.
Yeah, no, that was on Super Nintendo, if I believe, but I'd have to know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Number
right,
9, NHL Hockey. And I put the whole series on here, but I will tell you, I did not watch hockey on TV. I did not care to watch hockey on TV, but I played the hell out of some NHL Hockey 94 with my friend. It was so fun. But here's what I did. Not knowing hockey, I turned off rules because I didn't know hockey rules. Icing was the first thing that went. That way I could pass all the way down the
way down
ice.
to the end.
Yeah, I didn't know how to even not get icing called on me, so I turned it off.
See, I grew up with lots of hockey. My cousins all played hockey, play today. They're coaches and whatever. This game was always on at somebody's house. Somebody was always playing this. So yeah.
I'm about to blow Allison's mind.
Oh,
First
God.
of all, Terry, Donkey Kong Country was on the Sega Genesis, so we were correct there. I looked it up. Number 2, I played this game. Yeah, like Terry, fuck icing. I turn that shit off, and I just go broad kicking everybody into the boards. Like, forget it. This is how we're playing today. Icing was stupid.
It was fun.
It's such a dumb penalty. But anyway.
EA really knows how to make sports games.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. And I sent my resume to them out of college, and they sent me a test, and I looked at the test, and I'm like, this is not stuff that I want to do, and I just trashed it.
Well, I mean, at least you tried.
Exactly.
Hey.
So I did. Number 8, Techmo Super Bowl. And I put Techmo Super Bowl because it is the more recent of the Techmo Bowl, Techmo Super Bowl games.
Yeah.
Loved this. Played a lot of this.
I never played this.
Yeah, I don't think
really.
Wow.
Never this was a real simple football game where you had, I think, 3 plays to pick, and the defense did not have plays. You tried to pick the play of the offense, and if you did, you dominated their offensive line and got in the backfield.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did not ever play this one.
Yeah, so I mean, Bo Jackson was really great on Tecmo Bowl. I would get the Eagles because Randall Cunningham was awesome, really fun because it was simple. You didn't have to know a ton of stuff, like hand off to Ricky Waters or pass.
Yeah, dive,
right,
exactly. Left, right, up the middle.
All right.
Number 7.
Didn't know it was that way.
NBA Jam.
Number
7. Yeah.
Number 7.
He's mad. This is very low.
What is wrong with people?
I didn't vote for this, so that's why.
The game. This was the game.
Great.
NBA Jam, especially if you were a '90s kid growing up in the Michael Jordan basketball era. NBA Jam was the jam. I don't know what's wrong with everybody today.
But it wasn't just basketball players. You had like P-Funk on there, and just random celebrities were on there, and they had weird.
Oh, I was just talking about the popularity of basketball as a whole.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah,
right. And you would get a code for some celebrity that you could put on the game.
Really?
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was definitely an arcade style game. There was
My
no
favorite
real
thing to do
strategy.
would to go when he's heating up and they do the commentary, and
Oh
then to just
yeah,
shoot 3-pointers from like
you
half
just
court.
fired up at that point. It's like you can't miss. Yeah, it was great.
Oh my
You
god.
couldn't miss. You're all of a sudden you're Steph Curry in 1990. You know,
Yeah,
you're like,
I love it.
it was
So
crazy.
fun.
My
All right.
favorite game ever on the Sega.
But not everybody else's. Sorry.
Apparently not,
Apparently.
because a lot of older folks
Oh,
voting on
good.
this.
Older folks, good. That means my favorite will be up there. I'm excited.
Old people, y'all need your
Number 6,
retirement home. Get
Shut
your
up! It's
insurance
past
out.
my bedtime. All right.
Super
Mario
Mario.
Brothers.
Hell
The
yeah.
original Super Mario, not
Hell
Mario Brothers. I kind of
No.
wonder if people got confused there because I did
Oh.
do the Mario Brothers, the Donkey
Oh
Kong
no,
style Mario Brothers.
that's
But that's
OG
a different game than this.
Correct.
This is Super Mario Brothers, the
Correct.
original for the Nintendo Entertainment.
One of 4 or 5 games I've ever beat in my entire life.
And then it would start over and put more enemies on there or something, or it was faster or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have never beaten this game. I am all right with that because the amount of frustration that this game would evoke in my household growing up, no, that's okay. I love this game though. But
Look at the year that it was created. You're welcome. Like me and the Four Horsemen and WrestleMania. Nintendo, 1984.
I was 9.
And then this is back in the day where you didn't get to save your spot for months
right.
on end and keep adding to it.
Yep.
Eventually, you're going to die for the last time, and it's going to the title screen.
Yep.
Oh God. Let's not even think about that.
And it would honestly depend on how good a day you were having. There would be days where I would go one time through it into the 4th or 5th level. And then there were times where I couldn't make it out of the 1st or 2nd level without dying. You know, it just depended on the day you were having. So,
Number 5, Tetris.
Okay.
And there's a lot of games like this now, but back then there weren't.
No.
I mean, Tetris, 1989.
This was addiction level game for me.
I was really good at Tetris. Really good at Tetris on both the Nintendo and the Game Boy.
I mean, you're good at math. It's not a surprise. People don't put these together, but this is kind of like being able to do math on the fly when you see Tetris.
And the on the fly part kept getting pressured because it would speed up. Speed up, and you're like, oh, let me put it somewhere. Let me put it somewhere.
Good. Love this game. Absolutely. I play this game to this day.
It's great. Yeah, I play something very similar to this on my cell phone.
Exactly.
Number 4, Legend of Zelda, which did
Not
have a save option, and it had
OG,
a gold cartridge because the gold cartridge meant it had extra pieces in there so you could save.
Yes. God. This game
And what about
so
the cartridges? We didn't even talk about blowing in them like that was going to help. You know?
Oh yeah, my brother worked at a video store, so we grew up, and it was closed on Sunday, so he would bring anything he wanted home on Saturday, and we could play it all day Sunday and take it back Monday.
That's phenomenal.
And then we would get like systems and stuff, you know.
Oh.
And she got mad one time because people are like, I was listening to her because this guy brought this cartridge back and said it wasn't working. He's like, I blew in it and everything, and she got pissed off because he blew in it, you know. Like, don't be blowing in it.
That's
like
what
what you do.
That's how you fix it. Yeah, exactly.
Fix it, ma'am. Do you not understand that dust is the enemy to Nintendo system cartridges? Hello.
Anybody have a Game Genie?
Oh no, I remember that.
I had a Game Genie.
I remember
cheat codes left and right. You could just make it really easy. I did that mostly on Super Nintendo with Sim City because I played a lot of Sim City because I was a nerd kid.
That checks out.
Hey,
I played a lot of Sim City.
I played Civilization, Terry. So you want to talk about being nerds? Let's go.
Spend some time in the locker. Who am I kidding? I was a Risk fan. Let's play a board game.
So let's
I love Risk. I would always get hit by that backside attack because I was like acting like the earth was flat.
I can't.
That's what he said. Oh, backside attack. Damn,
okay, what's number 3?
like
Include was
unintentionally
another of my
funny.
favorites. But anyway,
Oh,
number
that's funny.
3,
My favorite
Mike
thing was
Tyson's
Max
Punch
Buddy.
Out, and man,
Oh yeah.
what a
Okay, look.
fabulous! This is like nothing else has
Yeah,
ever been.
look, NBA Jam, y'all wrong on. But how the hell did Mike Tyson's Punch Out finish 3rd?
This game was fantastic.
If NBA Jam ain't 1, how is this 3?
Yeah, this was.
Well, you'll see
I
what
think
the
I know
top 2
why.
are, and
Yeah.
yeah, it should be predictable at this point. But
This game was out of this world.
another one where you had at least they introduced the codes where when you got to a certain point you could get the code and write it down, but everybody just shared the codes. You get your Nintendo Power magazine and find
Yep.
out what the codes were. But yeah, this was so fabulous. Love
Great.
this game.
Yep.
Yeah, Punch Out was great.
And I would get to Mike Tyson, and that son of a bitch was so fast.
So fast.
Just knocked me
Couldn't
out
beat
with
him.
one punch.
Every
Couldn't
time.
beat him.
Yep. That's a good game right there.
It is. Oh, and that song where he's riding the bike,
Oh God.
or like he's running and his trainer's riding the bike. I mean, that song is just stuck in my head.
Kids today don't appreciate these sorts of things.
This is correct.
Oh, and the guy's fist shaking, and then you hit the button, and his fist would shake even faster. And then you would power up.
Notice the gesture. His fist would shake even.
Moving along to number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey,
right.
it's my guy.
If you don't hear coins or rings dropping when you see this picture, you are way too young because all I hear are the rings dropping.
That and the shitty music, and then you had to save. What were we trying to save from the guy? The little animals or whatever they were, or
I don't
remember because when you conquered the level,
I don't
that you would get like these little baby animals or whatever they were.
Yeah,
You are testing my knowledge, and that's a big no. I have
that's
no
right.
love-
It's not as obvious as the princess is in another castle.
Yeah, I loved Sonic. Sonic was so good.
Didn't we
But
have
again-
a text about this the other day? Like somebody said somebody looked like Sonic.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
that?
some-
Do you
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, I don't remember who it was.
Then I said, let's see if they drop a bunch of coins or something.
Yeah. We did talk about that. You're right.
I don't remember what it was.
I don't know, but I
Anyway,
like this
I like
game
Sonic,
because yeah, it was different than the Mario. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it was different system, but with this one I always felt like this was a little bit harder because
It's so
you-
fast.
that's it. And you had to go fast, and I
Yeah.
guess that's kind of what was appealing about it.
And that's what they really played on. This is
Yeah.
a really fast game.
And a
But I
lot of
mean,
fun.
to me, the Genesis controller was looser with the controls.
Hmm.
And I didn't like it as much just because of that.
Okay,
Yeah, they
I think-
are animals that he's responsible for saving.
there you go.
Yeah, I had to look it up. There's Sally Acorn, Johnny
Names.
Lightfoot, Joe Sushi, Rocky, Tux was Pecky, Chirps is Cookie, Cucky,
Okay.
and Porker Lewis was Picky.
Porker Lewis.
Yeah, was Picky.
That's funny. All right.
Yeah,
I think I know what number 1 is, but let's see.
I think we should all know what number 1 is. And
Better
it
be
is
Yeah.
Super Mario
Oh,
Brothers
Super Mario
3.
Brothers 3. Wrestling didn't even make the cut. Look at
It
that.
did not. Wrestling was pretty far down the list.
This is a
Super Mario
fantastic
Brothers
game.
3. This is definitely the best Super Mario Brothers game on the Nintendo Entertainment
Yes,
System. Obviously, Super Mario World came with the Super Nintendo, and they just N64 had some good Mario games, but this was fantastic, especially after the real stinker that Super Mario Brothers 2 was that they put out in the United States. Super Mario Brothers 3 came back with a lot of new stuff.
Yep.
And it was fabulous.
Yeah, we had the outfits for Mario, which really were phenomenal, which came with new powers and things. and
Right.
this was a game changer, if you ask me, in the Mario world. Like, this was a real game changer. This introduced us in the US to a lot of the Nintendo characters, a lot of the Super Mario World characters in this game. So this was pretty good.
Well, and you could do the jumps to levels and that sort of stuff, so it was different than having to go
Yes.
linearly through the
Yeah.
game.
Very good point.
Right.
It's fun to see how these evolved over time. You know,
But
you think
like when
about-
you play you get the chance box and you could get the flying squirrel or whatever.
Tanuki Mario.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
whoever it is.
wasn't it the flying squirrel?
Yeah, it's called Tanuki. Tanuki Mario is the.
Yeah.
That's who he is
But
when
you know,
he's
you get
flying
the
around.
tail and you'd be able to knock
Yep.
things with the tail and stuff. I mean, because it was such an upgrade from just jumping on something or getting fireballs
Right.
and hitting the
Yep.
B button and being able to shoot it, you know?
Yep.
And it's funny how much better we thought the graphics were
Oh,
when this
God,
came
they're
out.
horrible.
That's
And then I
true,
look
though.
at this title screen and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Folks, the cameras are in focus. This is exactly how it looked on your television
That is
in
correct.
1989.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a fun list. That's a good
Let
list.
me run it down.
That's really good.
Video games, NES versus Genesis. Number 10, Donkey Kong. Number 9, NHL Hockey Series. Number 8, Techmo Super Bowl. Number 7, NBA Jam. Number 6, Super Mario Brothers. Number 5, Tetris. Number 4, The Legend of Zelda. Number 3, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog. And number 1, Super Mario Brothers 3.
So one that didn't make the list, and I want to ask you guys about. Did you ever play Dr. Mario?
I think
No.
I may have, but
Okay.
not much. I
So
think
I
I didn't own it.
I was addicted to Tetris, but when Dr. Mario came out, it was a whole new ball game. It was
Wait
like
a minute. Dr.
it was like-
Mario's the one that's like Tetris with the pills, isn't it?
correct.
Yeah.
It
Definitely
was
played Dr. Mario. Yeah.
that was another one that I would get sucked into for hours because just like in Tetris, it would speed up. It was nuts. I loved it. Anyway, I just wanted to give it a shout out because I really liked that game.
Awesome. Good list. Thanks everybody
Yes.
for voting and anybody that's watching tonight or listening. Thank you so much. It was a fun one.
This was a great list.